are with Talks on the Way of Wisdom, the forum that discusses star battles in human consciousness. Live in harmony, avoid temptation. In this video, we will dive into the lessons of Dhammapada verses 6 to 10, exploring the theme Live in harmony, avoid temptation. These ancient verses teach us that true strength comes from inner harmony and moderation, which help us resist the selfish temptations of Mara. How can we achieve this harmony and withstand external temptations? And how does self-control influence our outlook on the world? Join us, watch the entire video. Live in harmony. The verses of the Dhammapada deeply influence the reader, highlighting the key aspects of inner harmony and self-control. Verses 6 to 10 address the issues of selfish temptations, known as Mara, and the power of virtue, moderation, and harmony. They call for avoiding self-centered desires and living with moderation and virtue. The contrast between people driven by ego and the pursuit of pleasures represented by Mara, and those in a state of self-harmony clearly demonstrates the importance of spiritual growth. In this context, our discussion seeks to answer the following questions. Can one avoid external conflicts if they are in complete harmony with themselves? And how does self-control affect such situations? Does the ego play a stronger role in our lives today than it did in the past? And how does this prevent us from achieving inner harmony? What are the most common manifestations of Mara, the symbol of egoism and temptations, in our daily lives, and how can we combat them? To what extent is personal virtue a result of inner harmony? The goal of our analysis is to provide guidance on achieving harmony and self-control, free from selfish temptations, guiding us toward moral purity. By examining the ancient lessons of the Dhammapada, we will discover how we can resist temptations and live with balance, as unshakable as a rock in the wind. The importance of inner harmony and virtue in life. The pursuit of inner harmony is a fundamental principle in the teachings of the Dhammapada, leading to peace and virtue. Verse 6 emphasizes that many people do not realize the purpose of life, to live in harmony with themselves and the world around them. Those who achieve such awareness do not engage in conflicts. Instead, they work on themselves to live humbly. However, the absence of harmony leads to internal struggles, often driven by selfish desires. People without harmony are like weak trees, easily shaken by the winds of temptation. In contrast, the person in harmony with themselves is like a rock, unaffected by the storms of life. The Dhammapada clearly shows that the true spiritual path begins with the attainment of inner harmony, which is necessary for the development of virtue and the deepening of one's consciousness. The temptations of Mara and egoism as obstacles to the spiritual path. The temptations of Mara and egoism are major obstacles to spiritual development. Mara, embodying selfish desires, weakens an individual's will and leads them to seek fleeting pleasures. Verse 7 says that a person consumed by pleasures and lacking harmony is like a weak tree, easily swayed by temptation. Egoism diverts a person from the spiritual path and robs them of the inner strength needed for moral purity. When a person's life is driven by selfish impulses, they become a victim of Mara, losing the ability to develop virtues. The verses of the Dhammapada show the contrast between those under the influence of temptations and those who are free from them. Verse 8 highlights people who live with moderation and self-harmony as examples of resilience. We should note that giving in to selfish temptations not only hinders personal development, but also erodes moral foundations, leading to destructive social relationships, even between close friends. Moderation and self-harmony as the basis of resilience against temptations. Moderation and self-harmony are fundamental for resilience against temptations. They help achieve inner strength, allowing an individual to remain steadfast in difficult times. Self-harmony means controlling one's desires and living in alignment with one's thoughts and actions. The moderation spoken of in the Dhammapada encompasses not only physical behavior, but also control over emotions and desires. The verses of the Dhammapada show that people in harmony can achieve true resilience, living in peace with themselves. Self-harmony, virtue, and moderation, in the words of the Buddha, are not abstract concepts, but foundational practices that build qualities for achieving personal peace. These qualities require consistency and commitment, while also offering the tools to manage the selfish temptations that divert us from the path. To achieve such consistency, however, we must daily seek and answer the question, what concrete steps can we take to avoid Mara's temptations and strive for personal growth? Practical advice. Self-awareness. Regularly review your habits and ask how they affect your harmony. Moderation. Strive for balance in everything you do, including eating and entertainment. Virtue. Incorporate virtuous actions into your daily life, no matter how small they may seem. Your path to awareness has already begun. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. We'd love to hear your opinion.